right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Just Noise podcast. Again, I am always joined with my partner in crime, Logan Purdue. Logan, my man, how are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing, man?
I can't complain, buddy. The Pacers won last night, so I've been really enjoying the playoffs. It's been a lot of fun watching, but that's not why we're here. But I'm doing good.
Hell yeah.
So tonight we are joined with some local friends of ours that I've got the pleasure of playing with here a few times with the Emblem faction, and our buddy Alex is featured on a couple of our songs, which has been an honor. And anyway, so tonight we've got Alex and we've got Kyle. We've got the Doppelgang here from Doppelganger. What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
hey.
guys? How we doing?
We're doing
Doing
real
pretty
good,
good.
man. Yeah,
Good, good. Thanks for having us on.
we were really excited when you said that you'd be happy to do it. So so thank you. If you
Yeah, of
guys want to
course.
just start off like we always do, if you want to start on each of your individual histories, where you guys came from, what brought you to being in a band, and music in general, just whatever you want to hit us with.
Sure. Um, because I can go first. So started playing guitar when I was like 11 years old. Was listening to a lot of let's see. So in 2005, Green Day was really popular with American Idiot, and so that was probably one of the first bands I ever got into. Other than just hearing other music on the radio, that was like the first kind of band I ever got interested in. So asked for a guitar for Christmas one year, and my parents were nice enough to get me a little black and white starter Strat with the you know the Target starter pack or whatever. Um, and yeah, it got me into lessons really quickly, and I stuck with it ever since. And yeah, it's been a long time now. I'm 30 years old now, so
Jeez.
um, yeah, I've been playing guitar for like 19 years now. Um, but yeah, Kyle and I have been playing together since like middle school, so not too long after I started playing. Um, and so yeah, after high school, we started Doppelganger and went through quite a few different renditions of it. And now we're doing instrumental stuff, instrumental progressive metal, I guess it would be considered. And that's what we've been doing for the past good handful of years, like since 2020 when we put out that instrumental album. And yeah, that's kind of the quick version.
The abridged version.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll do my part up until it intersects in middle school, but I grew up with brother and sister both were well, all of us were pushed to explore music in some capacity. So it started out that around the age of 8, we all took piano lessons and it was okay. It helped with the fundamentals, but I took lessons up until I was able to quit, and then I did right around 11, and then switched over to bass guitar. And after I no longer had to take lessons, I actually got back into piano a bit more. But yeah, I picked up bass guitar right around the same time that I met Alex. I think it was like a social studies class we met, and we were talking about I think like Metallica and I forget what
Probably.
other bands, but it was something like that where we were just talking about it, having shared musical interests, and yeah, it just kind of um, organically built from there. And we played the eighth grade talent show. We heard the roar of the crowd, and that's where it all started.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the middle school lunchroom really went off for us.
Yeah, it's tough when you plateau at 13 or however, but
It's just been downhill ever since, man.
right, that was our monument.
Very cool. It's good to hear that you guys are still the dynamic duo. You guys been rocking and rolling together for so long. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a it's been a good time. It's been a good
Yeah, it's
time.
been fun.
Wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
Oh, no. No, we tried quite a few other member changes, so back to the bare bones.
Early on when you guys first like started, I guess, jamming, like was it just like jamming for fun, or were you kind of intently like we want to create something together? And like I guess what was kind of like influences? I mean, were was it like like what you were saying, Green Day and Metallica, those common interests together, like, or was it kind of you had other influences together that were like we want to make a sound like this?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think we were just doing covers at first, really.
Mm,
Just wanted to be able to play music with other people. Um, because it was like, we learned an Iron Maiden song and played that together in middle school, The Trooper. And so at first it was really just you know, jamming, nothing too super serious. And then I think after we learned a couple covers, like after a couple years, probably a few years into it,
Hmm.
we started writing our own stuff, and then just kind of experimented with that. And never played any shows when we were in high school, but we did start writing music probably what sophomore or junior year, like we were 16 or
Yeah.
17 or something when we were
Well,
starting to do little demos of our own stuff.
yeah, for recording. I actually remember us writing stuff around the same time as the Trooper in middle school,
Okay.
because I remember uh, writing an encore that we came up with the name Hammerfall from Cloverfield. That is all I remember from it. It's probably good that we didn't put that one out, but yeah, that was just when you and I were writing in your bedroom after
That's
school.
You got a better memory than I do, but
Yeah,
that sounds really familiar.
yeah. And then we've just kind of always wrote, and we picked up a drummer, I think freshman or sophomore year that was pretty good. And I remember Silosis was a big influence on our music because we wrote
Very
a lot
cool.
of thrash when we were first
Yeah,
starting out.
yeah, standard tuning was
Hmm.
all I had a guitar with a trem on it, so I was like, well,
Not
I'm
changing
kind of
it.
literally locked in
Hmm.
here to standard.
All right.
Right. Yeah. And then we played talent shows in like I think junior and senior year or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Two other times. Didn't match up to that 8th grade talent show, but there was still some experience.
So it was always just Doppelganger for you guys. You never had another project. You've always just been doing Doppelganger, basically.
yeah, yep. Just the one band.
Well, it sounds like you guys took a lot of time and preparation before you got ready for your first release. Because when Realms came out, that was in 2014. Um, how did
Yeah,
you guys link up with everybody that was on that release? As I was looking back into this one, I was kind of surprised to see that there was more members than I expected on that release. Did you have two vocalists on that one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't know that till even just like doing my final notes today. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that picked up right around the time we were graduating from high school. My brother was getting out of the Marine Corps and he learned vocals. He learned how to scream real good in his car or something. I don't know. I didn't ask for his background, but naturally he wanted to write stuff over the originals we came up with. And I think he pulled in a drummer that he knew and another vocalist. Because originally my brother switched over to rhythm guitar and then brought in the that the one vocalist at the time, and then things kind of shifted around a little bit, and yeah, it's kind of where it all started.
How did you guys meet Maurice?
I think it was through like probably Facebook. Weird, or like I think Kevin, maybe Kyle's
Yeah,
brother, probably found
Hmm.
him. I think.
yeah. Sorry, I could have used names that probably would help rather than being cryptic, but yeah, Kevin brought in Max, and when he wanted to switch over to rhythm guitar, he brought in Connor on vocals, and I think Connor might have known Maurice.
I think you're right. That does sound about right. And that was like 10 years ago now, over 10 years ago. So,
That never
Wild.
feels like it.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I know. Yeah, trying to make that uh, first EP was, it happened pretty quickly, I would say. I was just kind of making riffs in drop C for the first time and had enough to put together 6 songs. And then we recorded it at a local studio with a guy named Travis Harms, um, who is still doing recording in the area. Um, and yeah, that was like my first ever experience recording anything. And then for the second album, so we have 2 albums that have vocals, like 2 releases that have vocals that we don't have on Spotify or anything, because it doesn't quite match our stuff anymore, like
I didn't know
songwriting
that
or
that wasn't available anymore. I feel special having those CDs then.
I
yeah,
was
and
looking for Realms today because like I have the CD at home and like I can't find it on Apple Music at all. So that explains it.
it's on our Bandcamp still, but it's just not on streaming.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
on YouTube as well.
yeah, um, but yeah, that those 2 were pretty early for us, and the audio, general quality, like I think has improved quite a bit since then, and our songwriting has improved a lot since then, and um, like eventually, once we separated from our vocalists, like either they quit the band or whatever happened with our vocalists, we were playing shows without, and people were saying that we sounded really good instrumentally, and so I figured we could just continue as an instrumental band for the time being, at least when we were just booking shows and didn't have any music upcoming to release. And then when it came time, we just decided, okay, let's just stick as an instrumental band.
Yeah.
Um, and we put out that album in 2020, started writing it probably in 2018 or so. We're putting out singles since then, pretty much, and kind of are slowly developing another album right now. So that's hopefully, I don't know, this year or next year, getting another album out.
Yeah, late this year, maybe early next.
Hell yeah. Well, it's really cool to revisit those early ones just to see how the evolution has played out for your guys' full lengths you have, and now you're just sticking to singles, which is, it's the right move in this day and age. But nonetheless, I love all of your releases that you have. It's even Allure
Thanks, man.
is really, really good as well.
Thank
For
you.
that style, you said that you guys, moved on and you didn't want to have vocalists anymore and you stuck to more of an instrumental aspect. And put the gas on high. You were very progressive on the new stuff. Even as just a three piece, you guys sounded massive. Your light show's super great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, always love watching you guys play. So
Appreciate
Appreciate
that a
that.
lot. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing we always try to make the live show as good as we can. As close as the album as it can be. And our drummer Tim, um, he's like our technically fill-in drummer, but he's always down to play shows. So um, met him online just a couple of years ago, like a year and a half ago, uh, and he's been just killing it.
he's a
Um,
really young
Yeah,
guy
he
too,
is.
isn't he?
yeah, he just turned 23, I think. I want to say 23.
That's nuts. Yeah,
Something like
he's
that.
killing it with you guys. Shout out to him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's been incredible. Um,
Because
so
I
we've
mean,
been,
even looking back at Chris, your old drummer, that was already kind of big shoes to fill. But then you guys constantly have got like Cameron Losh in the back pocket or an up, and it's just like, man, you guys
yeah,
are you guys are killing it. So
yeah, it's been really really nice to be able to have so many great like drummers to play with. That's been really lucky.
yeah,
Um,
it's been a wild ride. Because I remember when we were writing in the earlier days, Born of Osiris is a big inspiration.
yeah,
Um, and just the fact that you developed a relationship with Cameron over the years to where now he's on a couple of our tracks is surreal to think about.
yeah, yeah. He's a super chill, super nice guy. We met him on a couple shows that we opened up for Born of Osiris in Iowa City, and kind of just followed each other after a while on social media. And when we needed new drums for a song that we didn't have drums for, and we didn't have Chris with us anymore a couple of years ago, he really helped us out and programmed drums for Shinigami, that single. And then he also did the drums on our latest single, "Let This Consume You." And poor Tim, has to learn those songs, and he's been killing it. It's just
He
been
has.
incredible, pretty incredible to see him play them in real life. Uh, Written, programmed by a guy that goes as crazy as Cameron.
Yeah.
very impressive.
That's pretty crazy.
Um,
That,
yeah, even the one thing I did want to say about Shinigami that, like, again, talking about how you guys just keep leveling up, the mix and master was Joel Wasonic for that one, wasn't it? That was super cool to see for you guys.
Yeah, yep. Our
Joel did
buddy,
the master.
yeah,
It was
Joel
just
did the
master. Yep.
master, and then Nick Riggs is the guy who's been doing our mixing lately, and that's ever since Shinigami, yeah. Shinigami and onward has been Nick Riggs. And we met Nick through Cameron because he was the guy that he mixed Cameron's solo album, the first one. Yeah, the first unsolicited album Cameron mixed. No, sorry, Nick mixed that. Uh, and yeah, I was just like, hey, got any recommendations? And so he showed me Nick, and I'm like, perfect. It's exactly what I'm going for. So yeah,
what's when you guys made the switch from like no vocalist to like being instrumental only, like I'm guessing like the songwriting approach had to like change, like you had to to figure out parts to stand out more and stuff. Like what was that? What was hard about that aspect for you guys to like try and develop? I guess creating your sound.
Yeah, it initially a ton didn't change because we've always written pretty guitar-oriented music, and
Hmm.
then the vocals kind of fill in over top. And granted, there's sections that you write with certain vocal ideas in mind, but Alex being the primary songwriter, he makes complex music. And then when we didn't have vocals, it was like, all right, well, we've just got a little bit of extra melody space now. And how do we fill that out? And I think, at least from my perspective, the part that was hardest about that is we were a little bit more in the progressive side of things when we first became instrumental. And we had to change things up so that it's not just riff to riff to riff to riff. We still do that, but we do it in a way that's a little more orthodox, maybe.
It's very tasteful. I think like listening through the albums and stuff. I really enjoy it a lot. The way
Thank you.
that you put everything together, like you can tell that there's thought to it, and it's not just like I'm gonna throw this riff here and then throw this riff here. You can tell that you like sat down and this has
Yeah,
to like transition right. Like I don't know, you can tell it's thought out.
yeah, appreciate that a lot. Because
You're
yeah, we
welcome.
do put a lot of effort into the structure of our songs. Like, I mean, just to as an example, Kyle and I were FaceTiming the other day working on a new song, and we probably were on a call for like an hour just working on getting an idea for a bridge, like to go from one. We're trying to like we're about in the middle of a song and we're trying to pull it to the end. It's like, okay, well, let's figure out how to do this, and
Right.
talked for about an hour and got maybe 15 seconds worth of music
It's a
finished.
solid 15 seconds, though.
Yeah, it's a real
Yeah.
good 15 seconds. Um, but
Ladies, it's a good 15 seconds, okay?
exactly, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this guy gets it.
15 seconds is a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's definitely filling out more of the vocal, where more vocals would be with lead guitar a lot of the time and synthesizer stuff, I would say. Um, but structurally, it's somewhat similar to what we were doing before as well, because we're pretty heavily influenced by metalcore bands. So there will be noticeable breakdowns here and there, and like, you know, um, I guess the the way that metalcore songs are structured sometimes can be compared to pop songs from time to time, where you have a verse, chorus, bridge, breakdown, chorus, breakdown, and then that's it. And so sometimes you can just follow the formula, and it'll lead you to some creative spaces, even though you're still just following like an outline.
Yeah. And I remember when we first stumbled upon this formula was when we were writing I Was God Once. Initially, we wrote that song with a vocal feature in mind, who would sing and do some screaming as well. And so wrote the song instrumentally, like kind of setting platforms for like, all right, he's going to be the chorus, and then you'll have a vocal line over the top of it. And we've structured it like that. And the vocal feature ended up falling through. And we liked the foundation of the song enough that it's like, all right, Alex, you're going to be singing on this one, so write some tasty leads and guitar solos to fill out where vocals had room. And I feel like we keep elements of that in the songs we write now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah, we
love the titles on that album because the Futurama reference is awesome for that title. So, sorry.
well, yep. Yeah, that was Kyle's idea.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah, it came about because we were tracking bass, and I struggle with not getting too technical at times. And I Was God was it didn't call for a complex bass part. So I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna do what the song calls for. And at some point in recording, we stumbled across a quote of like, when you're doing things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all.
Yeah,
Very similar to the Futurama reference, and then the song
that's
title
just
just worked.
the life of your bass, you know, the
Yep.
life of a bassist. You know, you're
No kidding. Yeah.
as long as you're doing things right, nobody's gonna notice.
Exactly.
Are
Oh
you fake
man,
playing again?
right.
Yeah,
But
there are
yeah,
a lot of really cool titles on that one. That takes me back to like what we talk about all the time with like the MySpace era and how much we love bands not taking their titles too seriously. So that's very refreshing.
yeah. It's hard with instrumental music because we don't really know what to call our songs without lyrics. Um, so it's sometimes we'll just try to figure out what they sound like I
Hmm.
guess, like what kind of story would we maybe imagine in our head that the song would have? At least lately, anyway, because Kyle's been getting some inspiration from a couple of video games for titles, um, like Bear Witness. El
Yeah, Elden Ring.
is that Elden Ring? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get song titles. Like even I'm sure you guys, song titles are hard to come up with. Like
Yeah. But
it
Yep.
is not. It might be one of my least favorite processes of making a song, is trying to figure out what to call it.
to name
Or
them,
just
Um,
yeah.
writing lyrics in general, same concept. It's like as a
Yeah.
guitar player, it's just like, man, I got nothing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got plenty of notes, but lyrics has just never been really my thing as far as writing. I never have put much effort into it, but it seems difficult to write something that's cool and not corny and like, you know,
Hmm.
and with meaning and intent behind it. It's it's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without
and it
feeling forced.
yeah, exactly.
Well, one thing that I thought was really cool too was the Nick Nocturnal reaction video you guys had where they shouted you out with oh, was it Bleed from Within was with him? That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, that was cool. That was for the feature when we had Aaron Matz do a song with us. That was cool. That was really sweet.
Yeah.
And
Um,
he's from
Aaron,
Betraying the Martyrs, right? And what's that his newer project?
1056 now.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, 1056 is a new one. Yeah, he was really cool. He sent that over to Aaron sent it over to Nick, and he really liked it. So he was like, "Yeah, let me play that on my music review Fridays or something like that that he does." So it was just really coincidental that the guys from Bleed from Within were on there because I know I've listened to them for quite a while, and I know Kyle
Hmm.
has been
Yeah.
pretty influenced by them too.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the night that we found out about the stream, I think I was able to make a Twitch account and actually watch it. This is probably like 9, 10 o'clock, and seeing that I'm not Betraying the Martyrs, Bleed from Within, we're on reacting to it as well. Like I listened to a lot of Bleed from Within growing up, like all throughout high school, all college. Like even now, I like them
Humanity
quite
and
a bit.
Empire. I listen to those a lot too.
Yeah, no, that Empire album was where I got hooked on them initially. So it was funny that night. I don't think I fell asleep until like 3 a.m. because it was kind of like that euphoria moment of just like, no way, they heard our music and they actually didn't hate it. And then I watched it again and again and again, and yeah, then 3 o'clock came around.
That's so cool, dude.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky with cool little experiences like that. Um, there's the internet has been able to do a lot for us over the past few years, that's for sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
Alex.
I gotta
Yeah,
ask you kind of it sounded like you were gonna allude to it there a little bit. What what can you tell us, my man,
Uh, about what in
ab-
particular?
about Luda? Luda.
yeah.
Okay,
He didn't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
brag, so you bringing that
yeah.
was good.
Well, I would love it if he would brag. He can say whatever he wants within reason, with what he can. So,
Yeah, I don't think I'm too limited on what I can't say, I mean, all I really know is that I recorded some guitar on new Ludacris songs. Hopefully, those songs end up on the album that he's going to release. It seems like that is going to be what's going to happen. I just have no idea when the album's going to come out. I was told this year, but I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy that he even found me, like his producer found me on Instagram, found me playing a video that went viral called, it's a cover that I did called Money So Big. It's just it was itself, it was a viral song a couple of years ago. So I was like, let me play that on guitar, see if I can gain some traction from
hmm.
this. I didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, his producer found me. and was like, "Hey, really like what you're doing. Can you try and make some stuff that sounds like a like an anthem, like a stadium kind of rock anthem for Ludacris's new album?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. This seems fake, but
Yeah.
sure." So I had to look into his account and found out, yeah, all right, he's legit. Um, Sent him some ideas, and then he showed me a screenshot of Ludacris. He really liked him. And so then a couple days after that, Ludacris followed me on Instagram and was messaging me and saying we got to work soon. And it was surreal. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what to say. It just got one of those moments, right place, right time, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and that song or that video you did of Money So Big I Can't Talk went really viral and opened the door for a lot of connections.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you've had Travie McCoy, like you've zoomed with him a couple times following that as well.
Yep,
Like
yep. Uh, yeah, there's been a few. There's a handful of different artists. Travis McCoy from Gym Class Heroes, if you guys remember Gym Class Heroes from uh, back in the day. They're coming back, from what I understand. Um, but yeah, been working with him on some music. He's actually a really big metalhead, turns out, Travis McCoy. So I've been writing some demos that kind of sound like the band Throne.
Hmm.
Um, I've been sending him some stuff that sounds like that, and he's pretty hyped on it, and he wants to make a project out of it. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but we shall see. And then, yeah, there's been there was one really funny little incident. The rapper Offset messaged me and was just saying, "Hey, we should work. Where are you at?" I told him I live in Iowa. I told him I live in Iowa. He didn't respond to me after that, so that was fun.
Missed me with that Iowa shit. Like, what?
I guess, dude. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
That's
Well, cool,
funny.
man.
that's
I
pretty
thought that
much.
I was gonna say I thought it was really cool. You had posted like a video on Facebook a while back where you were talking about the Ludacris stuff, and um, it was gone before I could come back to it. I was telling my fiance about it. I was like, dude, I'm so excited for him. This is crazy. And then I couldn't find the video. I was like, shit.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
but
it's on my Instagram,
okay,
but
yeah, I'm old. I don't have Instagram, so.
oh, you're good.
But
But
yeah, no, you go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no, I just posted a little recap. It's been I posted that last month because it was like a year since I've been down to Atlanta to work on that stuff, and so hopefully it comes out this year and I can go down there again. Um, but yeah, I was just posting a little recap video talking about what happened, and everybody down there was so nice to me and all that good stuff. So Uh, yeah, I got to meet his producer and a couple other guys in the studio down there that I've befriended, since then, and been working on making a couple demos for other stuff that they're working on. So, I mean, I hopefully can use this as a kind of step in the door, you know, to take this, like recording guitar and producing songs for artists, hopefully a little bit more seriously soon. Being able to do music full time is what I've always wanted to do. And I sort of did that a little bit last year. I ended up quitting my job after getting back from uh, the studio session with Ludacris. I was selling furniture at Slumberland and decided to quit and just see how long essentially I could make it as just trying to get some recording work with different artists around the Quad Cities and Iowa and online and everything and doing lessons and stuff. And for a good, pretty much last summer, I was able to sustain myself for about a 2 or 3 month little period there where I was just doing music. And hopefully I can somehow get back to doing that. Right now, working at I'm working at Best Buy right now. Been doing that since November or October, and it's not too bad, not too bad. But I definitely wish I could spend all of my time just making music. So hopefully, once this album comes out, I can use that as a way to get into that.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And are you teaching still as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely offering guitar lessons still, online and in person. Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
looking to shred, hit up our guy here.
Yep.
Yeah, do it.
Shoot me a message or send me an email. Absolutely.
It was also really cool seeing that you got invited backstage for the Iowa State Fair when he was here recently. Well, that was last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle and I both got to do that. Yeah, he uh, he was nice enough to get us on the guest list and everything, and brought us backstage and introduced us. And yeah, he's a super good dude, man. He I I can't believe I didn't notice this when it happened in person, but he used my name in a song when he was performing, and
Yeah.
Kyle noticed, but I was apparently too far gone to be paying attention. But yeah, he just dropped my name on his verse in "Yeah" by Usher. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy world,
That's
crazy
cool.
world.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you're
yeah.
skipping over the introduction, Alex. Like, you and I are awkward kind of walking
Oh,
up to because Ludacris verbally said we should come back and sent the approval to the necessary parties. But
right.
then it's just, the door guy and the manager and all these other staff members that we've interacted with. And someone's like, oh, yeah, that's him over there. And so Alex and I walk up kind of awkwardly. And so it's Ludacris, Lil Jon, and I think his DJ that he plays with live. And so Alex was introduced as the best guitarist in the world to Lil Jon right there. I
Yeah,
saw it. I heard it.
it's yeah. He was like,
What? Yeah.
that's pretty much it. That's,
So I'm sorry.
that that soundboard effect just went off in my head as that happened. Yeah, as I'm shaking Lil Jon's hand. But yeah, that was the first time that Kyle and I got to meet him. This happened twice. Now that I think about it, because that was in Davenport at the fair, and then last year was in Des Moines. But yeah. The first time I met Ludacris in person, he introduces me to Lil Jon as the best guitar player in the world, and
Okay.
he's telling Lil Jon, "Yeah, you should work with this guy." I'm like, "Yeah, you should, Lil Jon. Let me know." I don't know. This is just such a crazy world of
Is
That
this a
is
people to be
simulation?
involved in. Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's how you know you made it if you get on a Little John song.
that'd be
Right.
crazy.
That'd be
That
the
would be
indicator
nuts.
right there. But yeah, that was a crazy experience. So super grateful for those guys to be involving me in anything that they do, because I don't know how this ended up, but I'll take it. You know,
Yeah, we're
super.
here for it, man. Props to you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's really cool.
Appreciate you.
So, could you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Kiesel?
Yeah. That is kind of tied back to the same video I posted, because that I was playing my Kiesel guitar in that video, and it that and the song "I Was God Once." I think the combination of both of those songs going semi-viral at the same time and getting me quite a bit of attention online and everything. Their artist rep, his name is Chris Johnson. He started following the band and me after we released "I Was God Once," and then I think a year after that is when I had those viral videos happen. So I reached out to him because I've always been interested in working with Kiesel as an artist. They're my favorite guitar brand, and so he for a while was like essentially just like fighting for me to get on with Kiesel, like talking to his boss and trying to convince him and everything. And eventually, yeah, they offered me a endorsement deal with them, and yeah, it's been a great relationship ever since. They've been super helpful with sharing our music when we release new stuff, and yeah, super supportive. And they were able to get me two free guitars and a discount on any further guitars, and they do like maintenance for if I need to send in a guitar or anything like that. If anything happens, they'll fix it up for me, and yeah, I'm beyond blessed, and excited to be able to be working with them, because that's like the one. I don't know. I was obsessed with, still am obsessed with Kiesel guitars and making custom guitars because that's all they do, and you can just go on their builder on their website and like fuck around for hours and make a your own personal guitar. And yeah, it's crazy that they work with me now. Like it feels surreal. It's a lot of surreal experiences happened all within a short period of time a couple of years ago. Uh, and it's yeah, it's been sick and weird at the same time,
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
if there's a takeaway here, it's TikTok changes lives.
Yeah, yeah. If you got something to post, just post it. Like just do it. Just do it. You never know.
It's really cool
That
to
is
see you
pretty cool.
using because you use the hyper rig a lot too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. I use the Hyper. Their plugin is called the Kiesel Hyper Rig. So it's just a guitar rig that you can use in your DAW. They're the people who make that. Mick Rocklin, the guitar player Mick Rocklin, he reached out to me before they released the Hyper Rig and asked me to make some presets for it. So I've got my own like presets in there, and that's crazy too. Anybody can download that plugin and play my presets, which is fucking crazy, insane
Cool.
stuff, insane stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited to try and get some more like I don't know, continue doing all this. I guess is all I can really think of how to phrase it.
Full steam ahead,
Continue,
bro. Yeah.
yeah, just continue powering forward.
Logan, you had a question? I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't a question. I was just saying, like, it's just crazy, like, what the power of, like, what I was just adding, like, what he was saying. That is nuts, like, the power of, like, one video on TikTok or something like that could do, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The algorithm really just liked that video, I guess, and people were sharing it and commenting on it all the time. I'm just sitting at work and pulling out my phone every couple hours, and it's like, okay, shit, my notifications are maxed out. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I feel like I got super lucky. Um, and it wasn't just that one Money So Big video. There's another video where I was standing at my old job at Guitar Center, just looking like it was a sarcastic video talking about how my band sounds like this, and I work at Guitar Center, and I'm all sad looking in front of a wall of guitars. Um, and people in the comments of that video were arguing so much, like either really supportive of us, of me and our band, or they're just hating on me like crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is exactly why you still work at Guitar Center and shit like
Uh,
that. And
Jeez.
that just got like people got so riled up in the comments about me trying to promote my band with this video that it got a million views on its own, and so that skyrocketed the streams of that song "I Was God Once."
Welcome the hate. That's like
yeah.
you're still
Yeah,
talking about it, and commenting on
Right?
it.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of became the
So
secret sauce that if you can get people arguing in the content, like that's the best engagement you could
yeah,
possibly get. And that was just
yeah, man,
the sweet spot.
just misspell a word, in the subtitles, or
They'll let you
Right.
know.
give some incorrect information. I
Everybody
don't
just
know.
has to put their 2 cents in it right then and there. Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Smart.
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, both of those videos did really well, and yeah, you just never know. You never know because since then, my videos do well, but I don't think anything has blown up quite like that. Um, I've been making SpongeBob memes lately, and doing doing this whole sponge core thing, where it's just like taking a vocal or like an audio sample from SpongeBob and then playing a riff to that, which is something that I saw a guy do on YouTube like years ago. His name is he goes by SpongeCore. Like that's what it
Yeah.
is. It's like
hmm
X Sponge
X
X
Sponge Core.
Core.
Yeah.
I have one of
Yeah,
the CDs on
and
my shelf.
oh, sick. Yeah, so I didn't know this until I started making my own version of those videos. But that guy that makes them, his name is Neil, and he like started reaching out to me, and he was like super supportive. And I think he also lives in Iowa. I could be wrong,
Cool.
Shit.
but I'm
Oh, that's
fairly
pretty
certain
cool.
he's either from Iowa or something like that. But yeah, crazy that like I don't know. It's just internet. The internet is insane.
Right? The
I
power
enjoy
of
I
it.
enjoy that series a lot that you do with the SpongeBob stuff. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I got to get more of those going. Yeah, those have been the bread and butter of my Instagram page lately, pretty much.
Do you have a favorite collab that you've done since you've getting some more traction? Because you did the one with Clayton King, didn't you?
Oh no, no, I haven't done anything with Clayton.
Okay,
Um,
maybe I'm misremembering that.
but we've talked about it. I don't think, yeah, we definitely didn't do anything yet. Um, I don't know. It's hard to say a favorite. I don't want to be like biased towards anybody.
Yeah,
Um, the couple that I can think of off the top of my head, there was Logan Young. We did a video together, and then Aaron Coburn and I did a couple videos together, and those are always really fun. She's always got something silly going on. Um, the let's see, I did one with Darren Clegg recently. He's another Kiesel
that's
artist.
that's the one I was thinking of. Sorry, not Clayton King. Yep.
Yeah, he's really really good. Similar style too to Clayton King, but he's a monster. Incredible guitar player. Yeah, it's fun to like make these collab videos because it's like I don't know. Sometimes you get stuck in a rut just working on stuff that I'm just doing myself. Collabing with somebody else.
Gets the
Is
juices flowing.
always
Hmm.
exactly, yeah. You can get inspiration from somebody else's idea and expand on that, and it takes a little bit of pressure off yourself.
It's
But
hard being the
yeah,
guy writing everything. It's yeah.
right, right, right. But yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about working with Kyle. It's like if I reach a point where I don't know what to do, and hit up Kyle and be like, "Hey, what would you do? What are you hearing in your head? Where should we go from here?" And we'll come up with an idea and expand on it from there. Or vice versa. Kyle will come up with some ideas and ask me what we're doing and where we can go from there.
Yeah, it's kind of random. Like sometimes you'll have an idea and it'll be a riff or two, and then it's you run out of steam, and then we convene and toss ideas around, and then there's other times like of the 5 songs we've currently got in progress, you've ripped through 2 of them in a matter of like a week, where just
Yeah,
entire songs like, all right, I'll help with some production and some polishing up here and there, but like these are ironclad songs already.
it's always a nice feeling when you can go through a song that quick, but it's so rare for me. Like, yeah, it's been like years since I've done that, probably, now that I think about it.
Where you
Um,
just catch fire and run with it, and you write a whole song in a day almost. Like
yeah, sometimes I wonder if I could just keep doing that. Like, what if I probably get in my head too much? I'm like, well, man, I'm not spending enough time on this and it needs to be better or whatever. But I don't know. Realistically, if I can get a flow going, sometimes you got to stop. Sometimes it's 3 in the morning and it's time to go to bed, or it's time to go to, or it's time to go to work, and then all of a sudden your flow is broken and you try to come back to it, and it's like, okay, well,
There.
I'm not nearly as inspired as I was when I was writing this. Um, so what has been really helping me is making the Instagram videos actually, because I'll just make a video for fun and it'll be a little 30-second riff. Um, and then I'll just come back to that. Sometimes it helps a lot if I just make something and forget about it. And then I just come back to it and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this. It's like, this is really cool. I have all these new ideas now. That's what happened with, I think, both of those songs, where they were Instagram riffs that I posted like a year ago and didn't do anything with.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a drive, like a Google Drive folder, where we've just got song ideas and demos, and um, yeah, a lot of times there'll be like your riff of the week or like just some random Instagram riffs you write, and I love pretty much all of them. And it's interesting because it's just the 2 of us, so we don't get a lot of objective opinions between the 2 of
mhm.
us. So it's you know, we'll revisit just the ideas we have. It's like these are really good. Um, now that we're no longer hyper vigilant on it.
Yeah, when you're writing it, you're always, at least I'm always like critiquing it as I'm going.
Yeah.
But when you can let it sit for a minute, forget about it, come back to it, that's when you can actually give it a true like test as far as whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I get dead ear really bad if I focus on something for too long, and then I have to come back to it later on. So yeah.
Yeah, you get exhausted.
Yeah.
A question, kind of like writing stuff, I guess, kind of, because like I know you guys write pretty like cool, like crazy technical stuff. Is there any parts like in songs that you have that you're like, damn, why did I write this and do this to myself? And like when you go to play it live, is there any of those that you're like, shit,
All of them.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of them.
yeah. I
Um,
it yeah. I don't you don't see it live. Like I've seen you guys play live a couple times and like I don't know, it just looks effortless. Like it's awesome to watch, like to watch you play guitar and watch you play bass. Like I don't know, you guys are just you're locked in and like it's visible. So like you can just I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, thank you. It's like, yeah, playing that stuff live is uh not like I don't know. You have to. I got to rehearse a lot, like on my
Oh yeah.
own before we get together,
Yes.
and then hopefully I've done enough practice on my own to where we play together and it sounds good. And we've gotten lucky that Tim lives in a different state, so like he is the master at doing that. Like the first shows that we played together with Tim, um, showed up, practiced the day before, everything was perfect, and we probably could have just played a show that day without even meeting each other ever before. And I was
That's
like, holy
awesome.
shit, guys dialed in. And playing the click tracks and having a a whole set list like plotted out like that on a click is what really helps a lot so that we can practice the same way even though we live in different states.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but as far as particular parts, the solo in Shinigami sucks a lot. Um, and then that's like the ending solo. Uh, what else? What else?
Shinigami as a whole kind of sucks because we wrote that one when we weren't actively playing shows.
Yeah,
And from a bass perspective, that was like the first song that I did like an entire section of slap bass. And it's like I'm playing section by section as I'm writing and recording it. I'm not playing the
Hmm.
song the entire front to end
right.
until a year ago, and I'm relearning it. It's like I don't know why I did this. Like I didn't need
Yeah,
to do this. It was uncalled
yeah,
for.
But it
yeah.
sounds cool on the recording.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yep. It's always tricky because you gotta. We've been playing live for a long time, but it's since we're a three-piece instrumental band with no vocalist, like we also have to try and look cool on stage, and
I get what you're saying.
it's it's really difficult to try and like headbang and play some of these riffs at the same time.
Well, I'm
So
sure.
that's like Kyle covers that for me a lot, to be honest with you. Like during the chug patterns and stuff, he'll definitely go harder than I can, but a lot of the time I'm just standing up there and staring at my guitar neck, and it's tricky to bring the energy.
Yeah. Looking cool is, it's definitely trying. It's a big part.
Yeah,
And luckily, you're doing a lot of the
keyword try.
complicated stuff
Yeah,
most of the song, so I can function kind of as the hype man. And as long as I'm hitting those root notes or I'm hitting the
yeah,
rhythms correctly,
yeah.
we do our best.
Hmm.
Well, you guys do
Yeah.
look cool, so you're doing a good
Yeah.
job.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You also look cool. I I don't know. I've I always wear my glasses on stage still, because I have terrible eyesight and I can't like I literally couldn't see the frets even in a well lit room like this with my glasses off. Um, so I don't know. It's at every show I've got this strap around my glasses, and by the time we're done, it's all fogged up and there's just
Hmm.
sweat all over my glasses. And I'm just like, man, I feel like the least cool person in the world right now. Getting this, remove that, wipe off my glasses. All right. And I
Good to go
still
for another
can't see
song.
it. Yeah, right. It's like, okay, and that didn't help at all. It's still smudgy. All right, let's play this off.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was in denial about needing glasses for the longest time. And when we play shows now, I just have to take them off because, you move around a little bit too much and then they're on the floor and you're trying not to stomp on them. And, um, lessons
Yeah,
learned the hard way.
Hmm.
gotta get that strap.
I'm okay just
Get
not
a,
seeing.
Yeah,
And I
okay,
can see
fair
where
enough.
the end of the stage is and the important things are. I can see about the first row or two, which with the lighting most of the time, that's about as far as you can see anyway.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. As long as you can still see your notes, like on,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's real. That's right there in my face, so it's hard to miss.
I would literally need it right here. Like no exaggeration. It would have to be in my on my eyes to see it.
And that could look cool. We haven't
Yeah, you're
tried it.
not wrong. Nobody's worn their guitar that high yet.
No, that could be the new
Yeah.
thing.
Josh
That'll be
Adamson
next.
from the Curse of Hail used to wear his like all the way up his
Oh,
chest to where it looked like he was like that, where he was just looking at the fretboard. I'll have to find a picture of
yeah,
that. That's hilarious. Shout out Josh.
yeah. Yeah. That's another thing is the guitar height argument. You know, having it too high doesn't look cool enough. Having it too low, you can't play the notes well enough. And it's like shit. There's no winning.
You got to find that happy medium.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I
And then if
You
you,
got that. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was gonna say there was a show
yeah.
we played, and I had like a colonoscopy the day of, the morning of, and I wasn't really planning on playing the show. Initially, I was gonna just run merch because like, hey, I've never ran merch for us while we're playing. I've never seen us live,
Yeah.
so that was kind of my intention. And then I ended up having to play, and just because of the state I was in, I had to have my bass lower than what I typically
Mhm.
do. And it was okay. It wasn't my cleanest performance, but I remember loading off of the stage. I heard somebody like, "Oh, fucking thrash bassist." And I was like, "Okay, like settle down."
Or a new metal bass player, like all the
Yeah.
way to the floor. Yeah.
It's funny.
That's
Well, gentlemen, we are getting closer to our ending time here. Logan, did you have any questions for the boys here?
Brandon and I are both collectors. What's like top like favorite album you guys listen to, go back to regularly?
That's tough.
I'll tell you one I've been listening to a lot recently is Horizons by Parkway Drive.
Okay.
Classic. It's classic.
Love that one. That's a great one.
I've just been on a metalcore kick,
I just
and
watched the video the other day where they played it live with the orchestra.
I saw that. I
Was it the
saw a
last
couple of
couple
videos
days?
of that.
Was it the last couple days they did that? I don't remember. I've
Yeah,
been
Okay. Yeah. Recently, I just went back to the Fall of Ideals by All That Remains. So that's been
yeah.
one. That's just that entire album is beautiful front to back. Right?
yeah. I haven't listened to that in years. I'm gonna have to check that out again. It's been a long
It
time.
holds up. It's still amazing.
Hell yeah. Gonna
Yeah,
add
I'm
that
looking at
to
my
the
Spotify
list.
trying to.
Yeah.
Those both take me back to like being in middle school and watching Headbangers Ball.
Hmm.
That was Parkway Drive was one of the first times I'd ever heard a band playing drop B other than like Slipknot, and it was just like this is really good. And
Yeah.
then 2 weeks, that was like the first song I ever heard by All That Remains. I know that's the album after that one's on Overcome, but yeah, that one stuck in my head really hard still to this day.
That All That Remains makes me think of Guitar Hero. A lot of those bands make me think of Guitar Hero. Killswitch Engage, My Curse. The album is called.
Is that End of Heartache?
Yes.
No.
No, it's not.
Is that
Oh, no.
Killswitch
No.
Engage?
What's that album called?
The My
which song
Curse
is it?
album.
The
The
one with My Curse
Curse.
on it.
Oh man,
That was shit. We're four metal guys and we're all striking out right
I
now.
could
I
see
can
the
picture
artwork.
what it says. I can
Yeah.
see it right now.
I just went to
Uh,
the concert not too long ago.
It's
I don't remember
Daylight
it all.
Dies. As
Oh, it's
Daylight
Daylight
Dies.
Dies.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Redemption.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
That fantastic album.
Yeah.
So
It's funny you say that because the other album that was coming to mind was City of Evil by Avenged Sevenfold, which
oh
I
yeah.
heard the Beast and the Harlot playing Guitar Hero, and that's kind of what led me into them. So it's got a really strong nostalgia tie.
Guitar Hero was popular like as soon as I started learning how to play guitar, so it kind of tied in with my influence.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think one of the ones that really stuck with me that I learned from Guitar Hero was Rise Against. It was I think it was The Sufferer and the Witness, but oh shit. It's off that album, but yeah, that one takes me back.
Yeah, I was listening to Rise Against pretty recently, and I was trying to find the song that was on Guitar Hero. I think
Was it
probably
Ready to
is.
Fall?
I can't remember. It was like a year ago that I was looking for these.
Now I'm gonna have to play Guitar Hero tonight. Look what you guys
Yep.
did.
Yep. Do it.
Bust them off.
Cool. All right. Well, do you guys have any questions for us before we let you have your plug session? We welcome any challenges.
Go to pre-show meal. What do you
Go
eat
to
before you
pre-show
play?
meal.
Because this is an important decision. There are very clear wrong answers.
I make poor decisions usually, and don't eat until after the show. So if it's like a hometown show, yeah, that's not an issue. But if it's like you're somewhere else, that's a horrible decision. But if my go-to pre-show is gonna be Steak and Shake.
Oh, that's solid.
I went to Steak and Shake 3 times in a day once on tour with They Will Repent.
I'm not really sure. I haven't played a show in like a year and a half or so, I guess now at this point. But mine, if I did eat before a show, it was usually pizza. That was usually what I ate. But otherwise, I was usually a nervous anxiety person until like I got 10 seconds into the first song, and then I'm fine. But up until that point, the whole day, I'm just like, I can't eat. I just need like nicotine and caffeine and water so I can focus.
Yeah.
I was bad about that.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's tricky sometimes to eat before. Like, I don't know. I definitely get some upset stomach symptoms on days of shows. But what did we eat? Like, we had Mexican food like before our last show.
Yeah, I think it was the last 2 shows. 'Cause I was gonna say
Yeah.
burritos is for me because that's just what it's been, which is kind of a roll of the dice, but it's worked out both
Yeah.
Yeah.
times.
It's worked out.
Yeah.
Got to
I
give
usually
yourself
like
enough emergency time in between sound
Yes.
check and
Yeah.
set
You got to
time.
eat at least several hours prior.
Yeah. At least like 3 bands before you're about to go on.
Exactly.
Sure.
I usually just do like a Subway sandwich or Jimmy John's sandwich or something like that. Something that's like easy to obtain, I guess.
Yeah, something
Um,
light too.
Carry it to the venue, you know. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Try to keep it with, try not to explode on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got a wireless system, you can multitask.
Yeah, you're fine.
True. Run to the bathroom and get some paper towels, run back on stage, keep playing.
You've got the seat cover on sticking outside the back of your pants.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap up here. If you have anything coming up that you want to let us know about that you haven't talked about, feel free. Plug yourself up. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. Right now we've got 2 shows coming up. July 17th, we're going to be playing at the Capitol Theater in Davenport. And that's with the Browning and the Defect and Hate Division. And then the day after that, we're going to be going up to Minneapolis, Minnesota, playing at a place called Eagle 34. And that's going to be with Intrinsic, Phase Meridian, a band called And I Found a Way. And those are the shows that we have booked.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're just working on new music. Nothing set in stone for release dates there. But do you have anything, Kyle?
Yeah, I was just gonna say keep an eye out for that stuff. You don't have to watch too close because it's gonna be a second. But yeah,
Yeah.
probably later this year we'll be putting out that album, which I'm really looking forward to. We haven't put out an actual album or EP in quite a few years, and
2020.
yeah, I'm biased, but I really like it. Some of my favorite stuff we've ever written, and I think the
Yeah,
listener will like it
same.
too.
Yep, we're going to give it the good full album treatment. So new artwork and merch, and probably set up some shows. So probably be a little while before we get that out, but it'll be fun. And then I guess keep a lookout for the new Ludacris album.
Hell yeah.
I don't know when that's happening, but I might be on there. Odds are good.
Yes.
Well, Luda, we know you're watching, so give us an update
Yeah.
here soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me know.
All right, guys. Well, we loved having you. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great time.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us.
us.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody, I hope you guys have a great night. As always, it's been Just Noise. Join us again every Monday. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.